Welcome to the program. 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 You're listening to the Cruel and Unusual Sit-Down podcast. Pew, pew. They told me if I don't make jokes, I don't make any money. And they said, you got to make people laugh because you can't. I said, why don't I just talk to them seriously? And they said, because you're not smart enough. It takes a lot. I said, I think it takes a little smarter talk to make jokes, because you have to turn the phrases and you have to defy expectations. You got to set it up with a premise that is from the minutia of the audience's experience. The audience is part of the show. The audience is not really part of the show. So they bring in the audience so they could record their responses. The audience pays so they could have a role in this act. And then they tell them, you better drink. You have to. They used to tell them that. I don't know if they do it anymore because of legal reasons. But then I don't really know. Although I do have great respect for the comedy club and the comedy club managers, who I consider to be the fundamental aspects of comedy. And even more than the comics. You know why I don't like comics? Because, I had an incident. One of these comics stole my joke. My joke about politics, or one of my jokes, one of my bits. So here's what happened. I got a call from a friend of mine. He says, hey, are you going to be at the club? And I said, no. And they said, oh, because there's this guy here. His name is Sturfy, or Oppany Bopity, something like that. And he's doing your jokes right on stage here. Just copying my jokes. Now that's against the law. That's against the law. You know what? Concepts are mine. Any concept that I made up, I own it. I have copyright protection. The world isn't full of concepts. The ones that I use are mine. If you take one of my concepts, that's stealing. That's like stealing if you take my words. Something I said. If I say something and you make something that sounds kind of like it, you're stealing. I don't know how you could live with yourself stealing. I couldn't. I could never steal someone's joke because I can't remember them. I can't perform. I can't remember lines. All I can do is say what I think at the moment. And if you don't like it, just get out of here if you don't like it. They stole my jokes. I go through all this trouble to craft the great jokes. Have a premise, set up a premise that is within the audience's minutia. Look at the audience, say, what minutia does this audience might have? Oh yeah, and then and then you use Dr. Phil techniques to determine what the audience, how they measure up. Look at their shoes. Say, hey, you know what? Some of these people are wearing brown shoes. I'm going to bring out the blue material. Or you might say, oh, wait, they're wearing black shoes and they're shiny. So now I'm going to bring out all the jokes about how much money they have. I'll just joke about, well, it looks like the audience has a lot of money. And that's a joke. That's a killer joke in that community. That's a killer joke. So they stole one of my jokes. Not one of my bad jokes. They always steal the good ones. That's the worst part. They always steal the good ones. They always steal the good jokes. If you do a good joke, don't do it in public. Joe Rogan or somebody will steal it. You'll see Cleto Rodriguez doing your joke one day. You'll look up, you'll see Casey Anthony doing your joke. And he'll be like, what are you doing jokes for? She's like, I don't know what happened to that kid. So that's a big mistake. That's a turn of a corner and a big mistake. Don't steal my jokes. If you hear my jokes, don't be writing them down. Don't be writing them down. Don't be... What about when they tell you not to record? They say no filming or recording. Isn't that almost an invitation to film and record? Because if they could stop you from doing it, they wouldn't even tell you. They would just never let you do it. But the fact that they have to tell you not to, explicitly not to film, that means you easily could film. And people do it all the time. You see, that's well known. It's even more known than joke stealing. Yeah, people just steal jokes. I don't know why they do it. Write your own jokes, I said to them. Like jokes are some kind of thing. As if a joke is a thing. It's a bunch of words. That's a joke about a joke. That's a joke about a joke. You can't steal that. You can't steal a joke about a joke. Anybody here like coffee? See, what I did there is I just changed the subject to the minutia. I put you on into the minutia, and now you forgot about all that past information. In doing so, I can transition to tell some other sort of joke. I have to warn you, though, overdoing of this sort of banter is annoying. But it keeps away the joke thieves. I'll do it. If that's what it takes, that's what I'll do. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll do whatever it takes for this. I think we all got to do whatever it takes. Somebody stealing your jokes? If you see someone stealing jokes, that's on you now. You're the one that's allowing it to happen. So if you see someone stealing jokes, you just say you hear a joke, and then you go somewhere else and you hear that same joke told by another different person. Don't let people steal jokes. Don't let them get away with it. It's a crime. It's a crime. And you know what's the worst part of it is? It's not even it's not on the books yet. It's a crime that's not even on the books. Joe Rogan will just do your jokes. He'll just come on his show, act like it's his jokes. You know that guy Mencia told me? Says Joe Rogan steals his jokes constantly. Carlos Mencia, who is a comic, on the circuit, well-known, nationally known comic, Carlos Mencia, tells me, well, through his material, I don't know him, but he said Joe Rogan steals his material, and you know what some of the jokes he tells? Or Joe Rogan tells a similar joke. That's plagiarism. I'm going to call it what it is. That's it. Okay, I'm calling it what it is. I don't care. 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 I'm going to call it what it is. Plagiarism. Joe Rogan is a plagiarist. The Joe Rogan experience is a plagiarized experience. He stole the whole thing from Carlos Mencia. And he gets away with it. He just gets away with it. No one will call him out for it. No one will call him out for it. So as creators, it's essential to find joy and purpose in the process itself, and to embrace the journey of creation with all its highs and lows, and to celebrate the progress and growth that comes with each new project. Ultimately, it's this sense of passion, dedication, and resilience that fuels creativity and drives creators forward on their artistic journey. Because I think sometimes we lose sight of ourselves as we are on the journey, and we realize that sometimes the journey itself is exactly Sometimes it is the journey itself that we find is the destination. So that way, we find that the vehicle is the traveler's first destination. And we find that in this realm, the process of creation is often marked by moments of failure, experimentation, and growth. Each setback serves as an opportunity for learning and refinement, pushing creators to explore new avenues, discover fresh insights, and hone their craft. It's through these challenges and triumphs that creators find fulfillment and satisfaction in their work. And as we reflect on the nature of creation, the ability to delve into the depths of the narrative, to explore themes and characters, to dedicate, and to commit also weaves intricate plots and becomes a deeply personal and rewarding endeavor. I don't have anything to add to that. There was nothing else on there that says here to ad lib after that. But I don't really know what to say to that. I don't know. Are you selling a product? Why isn't there a call to action? Well, we figured that the call to action would be intrinsic. We figured that our listeners and our audience would not mind to hear subtle tricks and maneuvers. Okay, well, I didn't sign up. Look, when I signed up, you told me I would get free money. Well, there was some caveats that I think you... Okay. All right. Just leave. Leave my garage. So we were down by the place where the moon landing was filmed in Nevada, right outside of Las Vegas. And let me think, what happened? Okay. So we were there. And we were there to meet the devil because we were working with the devil, putting fossils everywhere that would disagree with the true fact that the earth is only like 6,600 years old. Because the devil had an interest in making it seem much older. So what we were doing is just taking dinosaur bones and sticking them in various places in the ground, and then leaving them there and documenting them so that the devil would then have his archaeologists later find them and make claims and say something like, oh, look, the earth is actually 4.5 billion years old, and the universe itself is only 3.2 billion. They just made those numbers up, the devil. And so we were working with them out there. So we showed up at the appointed spot, and it was when they were shooting a moon landing while it was going on, unfortunately. So then we got in the footage, and then we had to explain to everyone how we were on the moon. But then they had to cut all that out because it didn't fit. None of it fit. And so it was a big waste of our time. We got nothing from it. Except for all the money the devil paid us. The devil pays a lot more than almost anyone. You hear stories about like Liberace, Oprah, Rockefeller, Cassius, Pompeo, Caesar, Sulla, Hannibal, just wealthy people. You hear it. Rockefeller, Carnegie. The devil has more. It was lucrative for all of us because once the devil proved that the word was 1,000,000 years old, then people quit going to church and they just started worshiping out of their Darwin books, as he calls them. He said he wanted to replace the Bible with Darwin. He said first he's going to replace baby Jesus with snowman, get rid of Merry Christmas, and then guess what? He's going to replace the Bible with Darwin. So we thought, okay, who could not be a part of it? This is on the ground floor, so. And then I stupidly traded my birthright for a soup, for a cup of lentil soup and a mandrake. I gave for the mandrake, I traded the right to sleep with the devil, which I had, and I was the only one who possessed it. And I had it because I wanted to get that mandrake so that I could reproduce. But then I was eating the lentil soup, and I lost my cervix. That's how that story went. And the devil had to pay double. So I wasn't too worried about it. But then the devil went a step too far, and he said, I need you to meet with this agent of mine. And I said, okay, fine. You know, of course, I love to meet with agent. I said, who is it, though? I just want to know who it is. He said, his initials are EM. And I said, what are you talking about? He said, his first name is a name that no one else has, and it's kind of like it's only 4 letters, and no one else has that name, and it's ridiculous. And his last name is just like a cutoff, basically, of Moscow. I said, are you talking about Elon Musk? He said, yeah, you're just going to meet with Elon Musk. I said, I'm out of the deal. I went to Yahweh the next day. I said, hey, Yahweh, I'm going to tell you all about it. I told Yahweh the whole story. Yahweh was like, thank you. I'm glad you told me all that. Because I've been waiting. I've been awaiting. I said, good. And that's how that story went. That's how it ends. Are you actually bored? Is it late and all your friends are out having a good time while you're stuck at home being introverted? Did you know you have options and you can try out new things? You can look for anything you want, and if you find it, why, you can have it. So that is the concept of Dial-A-Dick. That's right, you heard right, Dial-A-Dick. You dial the phone and we connect you with a dick. It is a legal dick and it is a legitimate dick. You see, our dicks are all trained at the Dick College, and they know how to do their jobs because they are professional dicks. At Dial-A-Dick, you get what you get, and that's a good dick. We are talking about private eyes or private investigators. If you're bored and alone, you might have extra money, and you could hire a private dick to go snooping around anywhere just for kicks. Dial-A-Dick just for kicks. Dial-A-Dick just for kicks. You can get a dick just for kicks. Dial-A-Dick, where investigations and spontaneity interact. Be sure to ask about our buy one dick, get one manly escort free special for a limited time only.
And I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol.
So what is this guy out there, in front of the building over there? And he says, hey, immigrants and this and that and this, he doesn't even know a freaking thing about immigrants. He never even left the block. Yeah, he's a tool. He didn't know the first thing about it. Works at a freaking, he takes a train for like 8 hours or some shit. I don't know what he does. I don't know where he goes. But this guy, he's talking about immigrants. And he says, hey, you know what? They ought to shoot them. They ought to shoot those immigrants as they come across the border over there. That's what he says. So I says, yeah, that's a good idea. You and I, let's go. You want to go? I says, so I go get my van. And, I said, I got a couple of high-powered rifles. Don't worry about it. So we go. I said, let's go. Come on, you want to go? So he's like, hell, I really didn't want to. I said, you sure you don't want to go right now? Because a minute ago you said he's going to go down the border and shoot people. That's what you said. So this guy, he's not very bright. I tricked him into it. He gets in the van. He's like, yeah, you're right. We're going to go. I was like, yeah, you're a tough guy. You know that? I said, hey, you know what? You're a real tough guy because you stood up. You're a stand-up guy. You know that? You said something, and then I challenged you, and what did you do? I said, you stood up. You're going to go down there with me to the border. All right, that's good. So then about a week later, I come back, without him. I don't know where he is. I says, yeah, he said he wanted to stay down there. Yeah, he liked it down there. He said he's going to stay down there by the border. I don't know where he is. I don't know what happened to him. They said, do you know what happened to him? Because he's missing. I said, yeah, I think that he said he's going to stay down there by the border. He's real serious about this border case. So He says it's an invasion down by the border. So he says you got to get down there. And I said, hey, I supported him. I'm the one who gave him the ride down there. So if he's whenever you find him, you probably give him a medal or something like that. Just don't forget that I'm the one that, started the whole thing. I'm the one who challenged him into doing it. All he was doing over here is standing in front of the block over here just talking about, he's just standing there. He says, I don't like immigrants. I think somebody should go down there and shoot him. So I says, hey, yeah. And I drove him down there. And I don't know what happened to him. He started talking funny, and then he said he's real serious about it, though. I said, you know what? I support you. So I left him. Yeah, that's the end of that. I don't know what else to say about that. They started asking questions later on, but I says, this guy's a real patriot. I says, first of all, he probably went underground or something like that. He probably got a different identity or something. He's so serious about this sort of thing, He's surely not buried somewhere. Hey, look, I didn't drive out to Babylon and bury him or nothing like that. He's down by the border. You'll find him. He's down there. He'll come back. He's probably gonna, I figure since he's such a patriot, he's probably gonna stay down there for like 12 years or something like that. That's what he told me. He's talking about 12 years or something. Yeah, all right, I gotta get out of here. All right.
The Cruel and Unusual Sit-Down Podcast is brought to you by Matchless Bank, the only bank that lets you decide how much money you have.
Introducing the most revolutionary bank of the century, Matchless Bank. Yes, you heard it right. The only bank that lets you decide how much money you have. We're not here to tell you what your bank balance should be. Nope, not at all. We believe in putting the power back in your hands, quite literally. Tired of those pesky bank statements telling you what you can or can't afford? Say goodbye to the financial boundaries and hello to the freedom of self-determined wealth. With Matchless Bank, you are the master of your financial universe. Want to feel like a billionaire today? Go ahead, why not? Want to live like royalty with just a few bucks in your account? That's your call. But wait, there's more. At Matchless Bank, we don't just stop at letting you decide how much money you have. We offer top-notch services to help you manage whatever figure you choose. From virtual piggy banks to imaginary investment portfolios, we've got it covered. So here's your chance to break free from the shackles of traditional banking. Join the movement and take control of your financial destiny with Matchless Bank. Visit our website, call our hotline, or just imagine yourself with limitless funds and bingo. We'll be right there, helping you make it a reality. And remember, folks, when it comes to your money, the only limit is your imagination.
Matchless Bank, the only place where you can have an infinity today.
Hi, my name is Jamie Robinson. Have you heard of the U.S. Constitution, a document that has stood the test of time? The Constitution, crafted with great care and precision, was written by dedicated individuals who used nothing more than a feather and paper die. The handwritten process employed specialists who painstakingly transcribed every word, including the distinctive long S that looks a little bit like an F. Please leave this residence at once, Redcoat. No comment. You have to make a point that hasn't been made to get a comment out of me, sir. As I was saying, throughout the years, the Constitution has served as the cornerstone of a nation's governance, upholding the principles of liberty, justice, and equality. It is a testament to the wisdom of founding fathers and the enduring spirit of the American people. Your father thinks that shot makes people have diabetes. Well, freedom of speech, hallmark of a democracy. And sorry for the interruption. As I was saying, the Constitution has been preserved on paper, symbolizing the tangible embodiment of democratic values. It has withstood the challenges of time and continues to guide a nation's governance. Hey, excuse me, is this where the government said we gotta wait in line? No, that's somewhere else. You go 2 blocks, you take a left, After the curve, turn on Klein Lane, no problem. Good luck in those lines, buddy. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. The Constitution represents the collective vision of we the people, shaping the course of a great nation. It remains a living document, adapted through amendments to address the changing needs of progressive society. Did you know that the Constitution guarantees our rights and liberties? Indeed it does. The Constitution protects fundamental rights, ensuring that every citizen is treated with fairness and respect. It is a powerful framework that keeps democracy strong and vibrant. Hey, can you pass this along to one of the guards without reading it, please? Absolutely not. I'm not getting stoned for that note. The Constitution stands as a guardian, defending freedoms and preventing abuses of power. It is a reflection of the enduring spirit of a nation, a testament to the ideals that make such a nation be greater than it would be otherwise. So join us in celebrating the remarkable journey of the Constitution, a living legacy that continues to shape a nation and safeguard the absolute rights of every American. Remember, your vote only counts if you're No, you won't be allowed to say that. Sorry. Anything else is fine, but just not that. You see, there is a historical context involved for that one, so if you could just... Okay, so it's okay if I just mention that, but you can say anything you want about the... I'm going to have to cut you off right there, sir. Please leave the premises. This is the United States Constitution, and I approve this message, except for the part at the end where the madman took over the microphone and began quoting misinformation. Excuse me, I have 6 books I am holding up. Can you tell me which ones are banned and which ones are cleared for me to read? I got them from an old library. It doesn't look like they keep up with regulations. One time I turned in Winesburg, Ohio 10 weeks late. The guy told me, "Don't worry about it." I said, "Don't worry about it? What do you mean, don't worry about it?" I couldn't help but think, if he isn't following that simple rule, that you gotta pay money if you don't send the book back in time, then what other rules is he overlooking or outright shirking? I used to have kids in this neighborhood 30 years ago. This affects me. All of those books are contraband. However, listen, the show is over. You can't talk here. Please leave the residence, Redcoat. Hey there, folks. Are you a big guy who might just be a wise guy? Well, have we got an opportunity for you. Introducing the Big Guy, Wise Guy Stripper Academy. That's right. We're breaking stereotypes and breaking hearts with our unique program. Now, you might think being big and wise is just for running the streets, but let me tell you, it's also for making bank in your spare time. We're talking about stripping, folks. Big guys, they're sexier than thin guys, and wise guys, well, they got that dangerous allure. Put them together and you've got a recipe for success. So if you're ready to take down your pants and take home some serious cash, sign up for our program today. Learn the art of the tease, the shimmy, and the shake from the best in the business. Big Guy, Wise Guy Stripper Academy, where the only thing bigger than your muscles is your paycheck. Pew, pew. This has been the Cruel and Unusual Sit-Down Podcast. Coming to you weekdays at 11. Hey YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe.